Okay, y'all, so they just released a preview of the upcoming season of The Boys, which of course will be coming out Thursday, June 13th. I will be reviewing, reacting, to the episodes. So make sure that you stay tuned to my channel, subscribe, all of that. Let's talk about this clip. Okay, so this clip is a conversation between Homelander, Butcher, and Ryan, right? So it starts out with Butcher saying to Ryan, I've got a lot to say, and if all time to say it, I can get you out of here. And it's just like, okay, Butcher, you done pissed me off so much with how you dealt with Ryan already as it is, and now you rushing him, talking about, I ain't got enough time to say it, like, I can get you out of here, just come with me. And Ryan is just like, girl, what the hell are you, that's what we expect, right? For Ryan to be like, girl, what the hell are you talking about? Ryan looks at Butcher and is like, girl, what are you talking about? And Butcher then clarifies and says, I know you're angry with me, and you've got every right to be. But you know how dangerous Homelander is. And to me, I'm just like, all right, Butcher. Like, you know how dangerous Homelander is. What are you talking about? You know how dangerous he is. And yet that threat, that danger, wasn't enough to calm your ass down and convince you to not be an asshole to Ryan. It wasn't enough to do that, right? Who, by the way, Ryan, might be your only hope of stopping Homelander's crazy, weird ass, megalomaniac, sadistic ass. Like, Ryan is at this point y'all only hope, because Huey, what's his face, Soldier Boy, and you, all y'all ganged up on Homelander, and he still flew away. He still flew away. So at this point, you should have been, at the very least, just for the basic instinct of survival, like, you should have been recruiting Ryan. Even if you were, like, it would have been crazy if you were just leading Ryan on and, acting like you cared about him, used him to defeat Homelander, and then said, I don't give a damn about you. Like, that would have been crazy, but at least it would have been smart to some extent, Butcher, you ain't even recruiting Ryan. You're not even recruiting him. Like, you really blamed Ryan for his mother's death when it was clearly an accident. I mean, wasn't it Becca's literal dying wish for you not to blame Ryan for her death or anything like that? Her dying wish for you to take care of him, keep him from Homelander, and you couldn't even reason with yourself to make sensible decisions in the wake of that, make sensible decisions when it comes to Ryan and speaking with him, communicating with him. It's just like, Butcher, you are pissing me off, and that's exactly why I'm ready to tune into this season. I need to see the mess. I have to see the mess. I have to. So, of course, Ryan responds to Butcher's pleas in a very predictable way, right? Ryan says, okay, but he's my dad. Like, essentially, like, Homelander's my dad. I get what you're saying, but Homelander's my dad. Then Butcher is going to say, well, he murdered some poor soul right in front of your eyes. And I'm sitting here watching Butcher say this, right? Like, I'm sitting here and I'm just like, Butcher, do you really think this is going to work? Like, you're over here frantically like, oh, I don't have enough time. I don't have much time. But, like, you really have to come with me. Come with me right now, Ryan. Come with me right now, right? Like, do you really think that this shit's going to work? Ryan has lived in constant trauma for his whole life. Honestly, he's definitely scared of his dad. I mean, I'm sure he's scared of the authorities and whatever. He's scared of his very own powers. I'm sure he's internalizing how everyone reacts to his presence, especially as the son of Homelander. I'm sure that weighs heavily. He accidentally killed his mom. Like, Ryan has been living in trauma because of the adults in his life, because all of y'all. So that's why I'm like, Butcher, you're going to have to come harder than this. You're going to have to come harder than, oh, well, you got to come with me real quick. Come with me right now. Or this message will self-destruct, face ass. Like, what you mean? So, after Butcher says, hey, your dad just killed some poor soul right in front of your eyes, Ryan then responds with, like, well, the guy that Homelander killed was a PDF file, so it's fine. It's fine. But then Butcher tells him the truth, right? Like he tells him the real tea. He says, that's not true. Homelander's lying to you. Let me take you to Grace. And you don't even have to see me no more. He's just like, let me just take you out of here, right? And even if you don't want to talk to me, even if you don't want to communicate no more, at least I will have saved you, right? That's, I'm sure, what Butcher is thinking right now. He says, you don't got to see me no more. I'm begging you. It's what your mom would want. And I'm just like, did Butcher actually apologize? Let's talk about that. Did Butcher actually apologize? We don't know, right? This is just a preview of the season, whatever. But I'm just like, he said, oh, you're mad at me, Ryan. And I get why you're mad at me. You have every reason to be. But okay, that's different, Butcher. You're saying one thing, but it's different than actually apologizing, saying, oh, you have the right to be mad at me. I understand why you're mad at me. That's not actually apologizing, because I'm sure Ryan is thinking like, okay, well, one day you're eating me up and dragging me over my mother's death, over me accidentally killing my mother with these powers that I have no idea how to control, right? Like one day you're doing that, and then the next day you're over here referencing her like, oh, well, this is what your mom would want. This is what your mom would, mom. Just think about your mom. And it's just like, boy, before you bring up my mama again, you're going to have to apologize for real. Like, apologize to me for real. Like, but at this point, Ryan is just a kid. He don't know all these nuances and all that shit. But he definitely feels that Butcher has been cruel, and Butcher definitely has been, right? At the very least, even if Ryan is not aware of all this stuff, or the nuances, the depth of everything, he is aware that Butcher was unnecessarily cruel to him, 100%. And I'm just like, before you go referencing his mom, talking about what would your mom want, this is what your mom would want, come with me, you gonna have to actually make amends for real. And Butcher is just like, do you actually know how to do that, bro? Like, Butcher, do you actually know how to make amends for real and actually sit down and look at your actions and be like, hey, that was really messed up what I did. I apologize to you 100%, and I'm going to work to make sure that this will never, ever happen again. You know what I mean? Something as simple as saying that sentence, I feel like, would have maybe made Ryan second guess his decision to follow after Homelander. But, I mean, like, the fact that we even got here in the first place, Butcher, the fact that you were so cruel to this kid, your lifeline, the world's lifeline at this point, because Homelander is just ridiculous. He's going crazy. So the fact that you were literally so cruel to a kid, and on top of that, the kid is y'all's only hope to defeat Homelander in my eyes. In my eyes, because y'all done ganged up on him, it didn't work. It's just like, Butcher, you really annoyed me. So then, while this is all going on, Homelander comes around the corner. He says, no means no. This isn't Neverland Ranch. This isn't the Neverland Ranch. I was like, oh my God, these writers. These writers. Homelander continues talking. He says to Butcher, don't worry. Nothing bad's gonna happen, right? Oh, seems like it already has. And at this point, he's looking inside of Butcher's skull. He said, look at that big black mass curdling around your brain. What do you got, 6 months? Less? That's too bad. We're not going to have that last dance together. I'll miss us. And of course, they're definitely going to have the last dance together. Like, we're going to see, I mean, we're going to see them fight. We're going to see the big final battle, whatever. But Homelander's just like, girl, you're dying and you're over here trying to be shady. You're over here trying to steal my son. Like, you should be spending all this energy trying to heal, trying to, you know what I mean? Sit in somebody's hospice bed or something. Like, you should be doing that instead of trying to steal my son. So yeah, I hate to say this to you, Butcher, but Homelander just read the hell out of you. Like, wow, girl, he said, you ain't gonna be here for much longer. Anyway, while you over here trying to steal my son. Homelander told Butcher, like, girl, you need to be getting rigorous treatments. You need to be in somebody's emergency room. I'm not talking about no over-the-counter ass, home remedies. Like, you need to be in someone's medical facility right now. Right now. And Butcher tries to come back like, bloody hell, you hate your own voice, don't you? Some bullshit. And Homelander's like, that's the spirit, champ. As if to say, like, girl, you're dying. So if you feel like you need to spar with me and make cute comments and shady remarks, so be it. But I still see that mass clutching at your brain. So he's just like, that's the spirit. Read me, drag me all you want, but girl, you're dying. Like, so get out of here. And then he says, son. And then of course, Ryan takes his hand and goes. Like, but at the same time, Ryan does look a little conflicted here when he does take Homelander's hand. But I'm just like, wow, Butcher, it really did not have to be this way. Like, you could have really solidified your attachment, your connection to this kid by not being so cruel, right? By not being such an asshole. And now Ryan, y'all's only hope of, you know, pummeling Homelander, beating his ass, took his hand and left. And it's like, yeah, I'm tuning in. Yeah, I'm tuning in. I need to see what Butcher is about. How does Butcher think he's about to fix this? By, you know, constantly ambushing Ryan to be like, oh, I don't have enough time to say this, but I'm gonna try and say it. It's just like, bro, you gonna have to actually do some shit. I'm so sorry. Like, you're gonna actually have to be for real with how you're trying to get Ryan out of Homelander's grasp. This is not gonna cut it. So yeah, let me know what y'all thought of this scene. I cannot wait for the boys to come back. It is going to be a beautiful mess like it always is. Can't wait to talk about it, review it. Like I said, stay tuned, subscribe. Love y'all so much. Thank you so much for checking out the video, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace. All right, y'all, make sure that you're going to www.zeraxia.com. When you join the wait list there on the site, you will be the first to be notified when I drop my sequel. Also, you'll immediately get chapter 1 of my upcoming sequel of the upcoming book sent to your email as a PDF. So check that out. Also, this is a different excerpt from my upcoming book, so you definitely want to pause to read if you're trying to get your life. Keep in mind that this upcoming book, this sequel, is following up the first book that is already released called Zeraxia, Wrath of the God King. I released it a few years ago. It was my introduction to writing fantasy and stuff. So just go easy on me. But either way, as you can see here, it's given 4.9 stars. It's given 4.9 stars. So yeah, check out Zeraxia, Wrath of the God King while you wait for Zeraxia, The Vengeance of Cold Wind, right? And go to Zeraxia.com, sign up, join the wait list, get your free chapter. Thank you so much.